Hello, my friend. Today we are testing out a viral skincare product. This is the Vue De Pulang frozen cream. And there are other things like this, but they're not available in the United States. It's a very interesting product, and we're gonna go so in depth today. Just wait for it. It's coming at you right now. Before we get into this video and energizing our skin, this video is sponsored by Verb Energy Company. Have you ever gotten into the middle of your day and you just feel so freaking tired? Oh my gosh. These are perfect for that. These are little energy bars that you can throw in your pocket. You can put them in your purse. You could throw them in your car, and they are perfect for that midday slump. They have the same amount of caffeine as an espresso, but they use green tea as their source of caffeine. They're also low in sugar, 90 calories. They are gluten-free, dairy-free, and vegan. If you would like to try Verb Energy, they have given us an awesome deal. It's a risk-free trial, and you only have to pay for shipping, which is 95 cents, and they will send you 4 bars. You get one of each of the blueberry crisp, the pumpkin spice latte, the salted peanut butter, and the vanilla latte. And this one is probably my favorite. This is the vanilla latte. I would show you more flavors, but I ate them, so they're not here. This is the 12-pack bag that you can order on their website, and this is what the bar looks like. It tastes exactly like you would imagine. It's got a little bit of a coffee flavor, but mostly a vanilla flavor, and they're so good. So again, if you're interested in trying them, it's only that 95 cents for the 4 bars, and I will put the link down in the video description. You have to be one of the first 1,000 people to click the link in order to get the deal. So hopefully, if you want it, you are able to get it. And if you try them, make sure you come back and let me know what you thought. Thank you so much to Verb Energy for sponsoring this video. And now let's get into potentially freezing our faces off. Hopefully not. I am so excited to play with this with you. I haven't done a video like this in so long, and I have so much fun with these. Okay, so let me tell you what it is. I'm very excited. Okay, this is the Vue De Pulang frozen cream. They say it is an ice-like and freezable textured multi-cream that provides 5 benefits for your skin: brightening, wrinkle care, soothing, hydrating, and pore tightening. That is what is written on the box. We are gonna test those things today. We're gonna talk about the ingredients and whether they back up the claims of the product. They say it soothes and rejuvenates, that it's freezer friendly, and it says you're supposed to put this in the freezer for 4 hours. We'll talk about how that worked. I already have some feedback on that. They say it's super hydrating, that it shrinks your pores. They also say it's easy to use, optimal results when massaged into the skin in small, firm, circular motions, and it can be used morning and night on clean, dry skin. Where I purchased this was from Amazon. I couldn't find anywhere else that sold it. It was $18.50 including tax. It is made in Korea. I didn't see one of the little jar expiration dates on there. I like to talk about that, but there is a sticker on the bottom that says that this expires on December 17th of 2021. So that's gonna give me about 9 months of use. I'm gonna put this down because I don't wanna warm it with my hands, so I'll just hold up the box. This is what the box looks like. For cruelty-free status, again, I couldn't find anything on the box. A lot of this is written in Korean, so there might be something in Korean that I just don't understand. There is a website called The Beauty Spy that sells Vue De Pulang, and they say that they're cruelty-free. So I couldn't find solid information, but it does appear that way. It was hard doing the value for this because really there aren't very many products on the market that claim to do what this does, that has the freezing cream and all of that. There was only one thing that I could find, and it's actually by Laneige, but it's not available in the United States. It's called the Water Bank Sherbet Cream. This one ends up being about $5.18 per ounce. That one comes out to $20 per ounce. So it's significantly less than that one. This is very inexpensive compared to other moisturizers, let's say at Sephora. And based on the ingredient list, it does compare more to Sephora brand, more higher priced. So what is this stuff made out of? Well, the basics of it, the short of it, is that it's mostly humectant. So it's going to be bringing the water and the hydration into the top layers of your skin to hydrate. Third ingredient is propanediol, which again is a humectant and also a penetration enhancer. But what's really cool about this compared to the Laneige is that the fourth ingredient is niacinamide, which is a form of vitamin B3. Now that's going to be a complete no-go for some people. Some people have, I guess you might call it an intolerance for vitamin B3, that it causes a flush on their skin, and it can be very uncomfortable. So if that's you, this is going to be a no-go for you. But if it's not you, niacinamide can do some amazing things. I personally love watching channels like Dr. Lee and Dr. Dre and professional YouTube channels that know more about this stuff than I do as a non-professional, and they all rave about niacinamide. So some of the things that niacinamide can do is that it can help you to maintain your skin's barrier. It can help with hyperpigmentation. It's a great antioxidant. It may encourage collagen production in the lower layers of your skin, and it also might help with reducing redness and inflammation. Finally, it could help balance oil production. So if you haven't heard about niacinamide, if you're not familiar with the ingredient, I definitely recommend looking into it if you have any of those issues to see if niacinamide might be a product for you, or talk to your dermatologist. After the niacinamide, it's a lot of tree sap. There's so much tree sap in this from different kinds of trees and different herbs and things that I have legit never heard of in all my years of looking at ingredient research. This one I did hear of. It's like a birch tree sap. I'll put the official name on the screen for you. It may be hydrating. According to the blog called The Clog, they specialize in Korean skincare. They say that it mimics your skin's natural moisturizing factor, which help retain moisture and maintain a positive oil moisture balance in the skin. Next up, they have bamboo water, and bamboo water, when drank internally, is kind of like it's a hydrating thing, kind of like what you would think of like coconut water, why people drink coconut water. They're saying bamboo water may do the same thing. Skincare wise, it may optimize how much water is pulled into your skin. There is alcohol in here, and it's like number 8 somewhere in there. I am not worried about the alcohol in this product for multiple reasons. If you're not familiar, alcohol, denatured alcohol, some people don't like it in their skincare because it can dry the top layer of your skin. But there are so many freaking humectants in this to bring water into your skin. I'm not worried about it. And the alcohol is pretty far down. It's not the first ingredient. So I am not worried about that at all, personally. Speaking of other interesting extracts, see, this is my geekiness. Do I need to talk about these? Probably not, but I find them very interesting. We have European white water lily extract, which is an antioxidant. And then there's something called chaga. I will put the name here. It's a kind of mushroom. And basically on the birch trees, it's a parasitic fungus, but it's been used in medicine for pretty much forever. It may be an anti-inflammatory and or an antioxidant in skincare. This one really got me. It's called chocolate vine is what the name is commonly known as. And the pods are a little bit creepy looking. You'll have to tell me whether you think they're creepy looking. I think they're a little creepy looking. Supposedly when you eat them, they taste a little like tapioca pudding. But that's in here. Well, what does it do? What might it do? It might have skin balancing potential, and it might be good for your skin's hydration once again. There's adenosine, which is very common, skin soothing, anti-wrinkle benefits. Now we're getting into the ingredients that are just the things I want to kind of warn you about. So the first one is xylitol. Xylitol is a ingredient they use to help with moisturization of the skin, but even though it's a little bit lower down, I still want to mention it because it is poisonous to dogs. So just be really careful with this if you do purchase it if you're a dog owner. The other thing is it does have citrus peel extracts in here. There's lemon extract and lime peel extract. There's also lemongrass extract. Those have been known to be potentially skin sensitizing over time. So I wanted to mention that. The other thing is apple mint, which I personally had never heard of. There isn't a lot of research that I was able to find on that particular mint plant, but it's typically used as a fragrance, and it's probably part of the cooling feeling that you feel on this, because I did put this on my skin completely just room temperature and I still felt cooling on my skin. It's probably that apple mint. So when mint is used as a fragrance, it also could be skin sensitizing over time. All right, now that the geeky stuff is done, let's get into this because I'm really excited. All right, first I want to show you what this looks like at room temperature. I took a couple little videos for you of what it looked like. I did put it on my skin to feel it, and it was kind of reminded me of the Belief Aqua Bomb a little bit, but a little little bit stickier on the dry down on it, which isn't my favorite. But one thing I'm going to recommend to you, and I might as well tell you now, is that I would definitely recommend topping this with another moisturizer because of all the humectants that are in there. And we'll talk more about that in the full review at the end. But because of that, I'm not really as worried about the sticky feeling, because when you top it with a moisturizer, the sticky feeling kind of goes away. Do you remember a while back when Raw Beauty Christie broke out a microscope and was looking at her skin? It was amazing. It was incredible. So I bought one of those a long time ago, never used it, and I thought today would be fun to break it out. I thought it would be fun to see whether the look of my skin changes on a microscopic level. Now, I want to warn you ahead of time, it's kind of gross to look at something that closely. We're not used to looking at our skin that closely. So I'm going to be putting timestamps down below. If you don't want to see that part, like, you can just skip over it and you'll still be able to watch the review and all of that and talk about all the other things. So let's go ahead and just look at my before we put it on. I'm so curious what my skin's going to look like afterwards. So let's just look at and see. So this is my skin, and I did not realize how many hairs I have on my skin. This is new information for me, but I feel like it looks pretty healthy. It's a little, I don't have any moisturizer or anything on my skin right now, but it looks, you know, juicy, so I guess that's a good thing. It's kind of pretty, actually, if you pretend that it's not gross. All right, let's open this up, and before it warms up again, I had to put it back in the freezer. Before it warms up again, let's just apply it. I have this metal spoon, and we're gonna use this. Now, I have been putting this in and out of the freezer for this whole video, trying to get it to refreeze to a super solid state. If you put this into a freezer overnight, it does kind of come out like sorbet. This is another way that you can use it. It is still incredibly cold. Let's just put it on. It is really cold. All right, here we go. I'm not exaggerating. It is really freaking cold. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. I think I might have gotten too much. It feels like straight up ice on my face. I can see why some people would love this feeling now. It is very cooling. I better not get it in my eyeball, so don't do that, Jen. That's not good. Okay, so right now, I think it's warmed to my skin temperature, but I'm feeling that mint still. And I think I might have put on too much. It is more, I put on more like a mask amount. I'm gonna rub a little bit into my hands. Might as well moisturize my hands while I'm at it. All right, it's starting to dry down, but it's still very, very wet. I'm gonna wait for it to dry down completely before I put the microscope back on it. I'm gonna refreeze this, and I'm gonna show you now what it looks like directly out of the freezer, but you do need a metal spoon in order to get into it at that temperature, and this did take all night to get it here. So it's really not the most convenient product to use, in that you're constantly changing the temperature back and forth from frozen to room temperature, back to frozen, and you have to know when you're going to be taking it out, because once you do take it out, it thaws pretty quickly. I do know that some skincare can't really handle changes in temperature, like things like vitamin C, and there's other ingredients as well that just don't handle that well. I didn't see any of the ingredients that I know of in this product, but if you're a cosmetic chemist and you look at the ingredient list or the things that I talked about and know that those are more volatile to changes in temperature, let me know. Nothing stood out to me as a non-professional. All right, so we have dried down completely at this point, and it is sticky on my face. Like, I can feel it. It feels like the Milk Makeup Primer, if you've ever tried that. It's got a stickiness to it. So let's go ahead and go back in and see if there is a difference. One thing that it does talk about is that it will tighten the pores. And I don't think we're at a point in our magnification that we can see tighter pores, but we can definitely see my skin is way juicier. Like way juicier, which makes sense because I just put product on it, but we can see just how much juicier, and I think that that's really freaking cool. So topically, we can see that there is an added hydration. Of course, we can't see into the skin to see if there's added hydration there, but it's just, I don't know, it's just really cool to look at to see the difference on the top of the skin. As far as my thoughts on this, I do feel like the cooling feeling is really just something topical if you enjoy that feeling. Like if I put this in the freezer and I put it under my eyes, some people absolutely love that feeling. If you love that, this may be a great product for you. If you don't care about that, you don't have to freeze this. You can use it at room temperature and you're still gonna feel the cooling feeling a little bit from that mint extract that's in here. There are so many hydrating ingredients in this. If you have difficulty with balancing your skin with the hydration levels, this may be a great product. But again, you're really going to want to put a moisturizer over top of this. And the reason why is there really aren't any occlusive ingredients in here. And what I mean by that is like a butter or an oil, something that's going to lock that hydration into your face, because what happens with humectants is they pull water from wherever they can. They may pull it from the environment around you if it's humid. If it can't find humidity to pull water into your skin, it could pull water from the lower layers of your skin, causing more problems. So what the occlusive does, what the moisturizer does, is it makes it's like, I've described it as kind of like the lid on the jar. It makes it so the water in the product is what is being pulled into your skin and it's not pulling from anywhere else. But hydration of skin is important for all skin types, for oily skin, for dry skin. A lot of the reason why people have more oil production is because their skin is dehydrated and your skin gets confused and thinks it needs more lubrication, so it produces more oil. So getting a moisturizer that is heavy in humectants may help your oil production to stay under control. And there's also a lot of skin balancing ingredients in this, skin protecting, barrier protecting ingredients in this, so that may be great as well. So do I recommend this product? Absolutely, if you top it with a moisturizer, and if you are not sensitive to niacinamide, and if you are not worried about citrus-based fragrances and lemongrass and potential skin sensitizing properties of those ingredients, then absolutely, I would recommend it. So at this point, my friend, it is your turn in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, where we help each other not to buy crap and to buy things that are totally worth it. I would love to know your thoughts about what I showed you today if you've tried it before. I know some of my peers here on YouTube, I know Sabrina did a review of this, some other people have done reviews of this. I will link any that I can find in the description box down below. Actually, I'm thinking it was only Sabrina. There may not be other reviews of it, but I will definitely link Sabrina's video in the description if you want to see her take on it. She did wear it under makeup, so she has results of that if you want to know more about that for her. But if you would like to hang out with me just a little bit longer, YouTube should be recommending a couple of videos for you right over here to watch, and we can hang out and chill a little bit longer. And thank you, of course, to Verb Energy for sponsoring this video. I appreciate you. If you end up ordering them, let me know, because I'd love to know your thoughts. Mad love to you, and I'll see you in a video very, very soon. Bye!